What's up, Blue Jays fans? And if you're not a Blue Jays fan, I won't hold it against you. But if you're just a general baseball fan, welcome to the Inside Jays podcast and welcome to our Game 6 live stream. Also, happy Halloween, everybody. For those of you wondering, yes, I'm in costume. I know what you must be thinking. Is that Davis Schneider? Well, as a matter of fact, yes. I am Davis Schneider for Halloween. I have had a lot of people excuse me, people say that I look like Schneider when I have a mustache. So I figured it was an easy costume and I thought it would be pretty funny. I mean, just think about it, guys. Here, I got a image here. Right? Spitting image of David Schneider there. But anyway, before we begin our game 5 recap, we're going to recap game 5 real quick, and then we'll get started on we'll tune into Blue Jays Central. But before we do that, I want to take a second to thank the sponsor of this video, Gassy Jack Art, maker of this artwork here, you see. And you guys can get your hands on some of this by visiting his website, www.gassyjackart.com. He's got plenty of Blue Jays prints, including these guys right here. Mr. Trey Savage, the famous bat flip by Vladdy from the ALCS, and another Vladdy. So yeah, check them out, GassyJackArt.com, to get your hands on some of these prints. Moving forward now, let's go ahead and do our Game 5 recap. Let me just bring it up here. So starting in the top of the first, for those of you that watched the game, you guys know that Game 5 started off with a bang, or two bangs, you could technically say. As the first pitch of the game, Davis Schneider, speaking of Davis Schneider, homers to left field off the first pitch by Blake Snell. And then two pitches later, Vladimir Guerrero homers to left field as well. So two batters in, it's already 2-0 Blue Jays. Now, post-game, Blake Snell did deny that the Blue Jays got to him. He flat out denied it. He called it luck. Well, I think that's a load of BS. I think the Jays did get to him after those first two at-bats because he refrained from really throwing his fastball after facing both Schneider and Vladdy. Schneider, obviously, his home run was off a fastball. I believe Vladdy's was also a fastball. So he refrained. He was scared to throw his fastball after the top two guys in the lineup took him out of the park. So moving on, Bo Bichette strikes out swinging after the two home runs for the first out. Alejandro Kirk singled to center. Dalton Varsho hits into a force out to second base. Kirk out at second for the double play. So, top of the first, the Jays obviously get on the board, score 2 runs on 3 hits and no errors by the Dodgers. Moving on to the bottom of the first, Shohei Ohtani grounds out to Trey Savage, and there's the first out. And Trey actually bobbled the ball a little bit, but you can tell he was composed. He didn't panic, and he just, flung it over to Vladdy for the first out. Will Smith flies out to deep left field to David Schneider for the second out, and then Mookie Betts strikes out swinging to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors in the bottom of the first. Now, Mookie Betts, he's had a terrible World Series, and he actually even admitted that he's played terrible. And actually, we're going to check out the Dodgers lineup for Game 6 a little bit later, and you'll see what I'm talking about when it comes to Mookie Betts. Moving on to the top of the second, Ernie Clements grounds out to Mookie to Freeman for the first out. Addison Barger singles to right. IKF flies out for the second out, and then Andres Jimenez strikes out swinging to end the inning. So overall in the top of the second, Jays managed just 1 hit, no runs. Moving to the bottom of the second, Freeman strikes out swinging. Teoscar strikes out swinging. Edman strikes out swinging. So Trey Savage struck out the side in the bottom of the second, and this was only just a start for Trey. And you'll see just a little bit later, moving into the top of the third, Schneider strikes out swinging. Vladdy walks. Bo hits into a double play Bo hits into a force out to shortstop. Vladdy was out at second, and then Kirk unfortunately strikes out swinging to end the inning. Once again, Blake Snell, having calmed down a little bit, pitches a almost complete inning with minus the walk, no hits, no runs. Moving to the bottom of the third, you had Max Muncy called out on strikes to start the game, or to start the inning rather. Then Kike Hernandez homers to left field. The one blemish on Trey Yesavage's pitch line there. Alex Cole lines out to deep center for the second out. And then Ohtani strikes out swinging. And man, Yesavage absolutely fooled Ohtani with that strike three pitch. 1 run, 1 hit in the bottom of the third for the Dodgers. It's now 2-1 for the Jays. Moving to the top of the fourth, Varsho triples to right field. Ernie Clement with a sac fly that scores Dalton Varsho for the first out, and it's now 3-1 Blue Jays. Barger walks. IKF strikes out swinging. Andres Jimenez strikes out swinging to end the inning. So the Jays muster 1 run on 1 hit in the top of the fourth to extend their lead by 2. Moving to the bottom of the fourth, Will Smith strikes out on a foul tip. Mookie Betts strikes out swinging. Freddie Freeman gets hit by a pitch, unfortunately, as the ball kind of got away from Yesavage. Teoscar singles Freeman to second, and then Tommy Edman would pop out to end the inning to Andres Jimenez. In the bottom of the fourth, no runs on just 1 hit. Moving to the top of the fifth, Schneider walks. Vladdy grounds out. Schneider out at second. So a double play there. And then Bo Bichette will line out to left fielder Alex Cole to end the inning. So another complete inning for Blake Snell. No runs, no hits. Moving to the bottom of the fifth, Max Muncy grounds out to IKF to Trey Yesavage for the first out. And then Kike Hernandez strikes out swinging. Alex Cole strikes out swinging. So once again, Trey with one heck of an inning, no runs, no hits, and the Jays still lead 3-1 going into the top of the sixth. Alejandro Kirk grounds out to Max Muncy for the first out. Dalton Varsho lines out to Teoscar Hernandez, and Ernie Clement grounds out to Freeman. So a quick 1-2-3 for Blake Snell in the top of the sixth. No runs, no hits, no errors. Moving to the bottom of the sixth, Shohei Ohtani lines out to Addison Barger. Barger makes an incredible diving catch as that very well could have been a double, maybe even a triple for Ohtani if Barger misses that ball. Will Smith strikes out swinging. Then Mookie Betts grounds out to end the inning. Once again, a 1-2-3 inning for Trey Yesavage. No runs, no hits, no errors. Moving to the top of the seventh, Barger singles. IKF grounds out for the first out. Andres Jimenez walks. David Schneider strikes out swinging. So it's 2 outs now. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. walks. Andres Jimenez to second. Barger scores. This ended up being a wild pitch. There was actually several wild pitches in this inning. Bo Bichette singles to right. Vladdy to third. Andres Jimenez scores. Alejandro Kirk walks. Bo to second. Varsho hits into a force out. Kirk out at second to end the inning. But the Jays tack on 2 more runs in this inning. Now they are up 5-1 going into the bottom of the seventh. Freeman strikes out swinging for the first out. Teoscar Hernandez has an infield single. Edman grounds out to third base, and then they are able to get a double play to end the inning. And this was actually the final inning for Trey Yesavage. 1 hit allowed in this inning, and actually Freeman's strikeout in the bottom of the seventh was his 12th of the game, which was a World Series rookie record. We will get into that a little bit later. Going into the top of the eighth, Clement singled to center. Barger grounds out. Edman to Freeman. And then Clement to third. So 1 out. IKF singles to left. Clement scores. Andres Jimenez flies out to left. 2nd out. And then Miles Straw pops out to first baseman Freddie Freeman to end the inning. But the Jays collect 1 more run and 2 hits in the top of the eighth. It is now 6-1 for the Blue Jays going into the bottom of the eighth. Max Muncy grounds out for the first out. Kike Hernandez strikes out swinging for the second out. Alex Cole walks. Shohei Ohtani grounds out to end the inning. So a 1-2-3 inning for the Blue Jays, no runs, no hits. Going into the top of the ninth, still leading 6-1 over the Dodgers. Vladdy grounds out for the first out. Bo grounds out for the second out, and Kirk grounds out for the third out. So a quick 1-2-3 in the top of the ninth for the Dodgers. And moving on to the bottom of the ninth, Will Smith singles to left. Mookie Betts flies out for the first out. Freddie Freeman strikes out swinging for the second out. And then Teoscar Hernandez strikes out swinging to end the ball game. Dodgers managing one hit in the bottom of the ninth, but the Jays win 6-1 final. And let's take a look at the box score. Obviously, your winning pitcher was Trey Savage. Losing pitcher was Blake Snell. So once again, the Blue Jays are able to get to Blake Snell, even though he denied it. Jays with 9 hits in this game. Dodgers with only 4. Jays left 7 men on base. The Dodgers left 4 on base. 2 home runs for the Blue Jays, 1 home run for the Dodgers, 6 walks for the Blue Jays, and only 1 walk for the Dodgers. And that was not Trey Savage. That was from the bullpen. 7 strikeouts for the Jays and 15 strikeouts for the Dodgers. 12 of those were Trey Savage. And, of course, the Jays had 1 stolen base. Let's take a look at the batters. David Schneider went 1 for 3. Obviously, that 1 hit was the big one. First pitch of the ball game, home run, 1 hit, 1 RBI, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, a 188 batting average. Miles Straw, who came on as a defensive replacement, I believe, got 1 at bat, went 0 for 1 with a 125 average. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. went 1 for 3. Obviously, his lone hit was the big home run in the first. 2 walks. His batting average is .419. Bo Bichette, who is DHing tonight with no Springer in the lineup, went 1 for 5 with a hit and an RBI and then 1 strikeout. His average is .364. Alejandro Kirk went 1 for 4 with a walk and a strikeout. His average is .254. Dalton Varsho went 1 for 4 with a hit, and his average is .258. Ernie Clement went 1 for 3 with an RBI, and his average is sitting at a .393. Addison Barger went 2 for 3 with a run scored as well as a walk, and his average is .327. IKF went 1 for 4 with an RBI and a strikeout. His average is .152. And then you have Andres Jimenez, who went 0 for 3 despite scoring a run. He did walk and he had 2 strikeouts. His average is at .241. So altogether, you had obviously 9 hits, 6 runs, 5 RBIs, 2 home runs, 6 walks, and 7 strikeouts. Varsho with the lone extra base hit for the Blue Jays, minus the 2 home runs, so the triple. Then base running, you had IKF, who was the lone stolen base. Varsho did get caught stealing from second base from Snell. Let's take a look at the pitching. Obviously, Trey Savage went 7 innings, 3 hits allowed, 1 run, 1 earned run, and 12 strikeouts. His ERA is .346. So amazing effort and pitching performance by Trey Savage. We'll get into him in just a little bit. Sir Anthony Dominguez goes 1 inning, allows just 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. His ERA is .360. And then Jeff Hoffman, of course, closed it out. 1 hit and 2 strikeouts with a 0.82 ERA. 15 strikeouts total for the Blue Jays in this. 12 of them, of course, as I said, coming from Savage. Only 4 hits allowed, 1 run, and just incredible game by the Toronto Blue Jays. Obviously, Savage, the winning pitcher. Pitch count, Savage threw 104 pitches in this game. That is the most he's ever thrown in his entire career, and 71 of them were strikes. Sir Anthony Dominguez, 13 pitches, 9 of them strikes. Jeff Hoffman, 22 pitches, and 13 of them being strikes. Batters faced, 24 for Trey Savage, 4 for Dominguez, and 4 for Hoffman. Ground balls to fly balls, 6 ground balls for Savage, 2 of them fly balls. Dominguez, 2 ground balls, and then Hoffman, 1 fly ball. moving on to the Dodgers. Shohei Ohtani, 0 for 4 in this game with 1 strikeout. So, you know the Jays are having a good game when they retire Shohei Ohtani 4 times and he's not able to get a hit nor even get on base. It's obviously great for the Blue Jays. He has an average of 268. And then you had Will Smith, who went 1 for 4 with 2 strikeouts, a 267 batting average. Mookie Betts, 0 for 4. We mentioned how he's been struggling this entire World Series. 2 strikeouts with a 250 average. Freddie Freeman went 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts in this game, considering he was the Game 3 hero, walking it off. He goes 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts in this one with a 250 average. Teoscar Hernandez went 2 for 4 with 2 strikeouts, 271 average. Tommy Edman went 0 for 3 with a strikeout, a 245 average. Max Muncy went 0 for 3 with a strikeout with a 200 even average. You had Kike Hernandez, who went 1 for 3, obviously the 1 hit being the home run, and 2 strikeouts, a 269 batting average. And then Alex Call went 0 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout, a 444 batting average. Now let's take a look at the pitching. Blake Snell went 6 2/3, 6 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned runs, 4 walks, 7 strikeouts, leaving him with a 3.31 ERA. Edgardo Enrique, who didn't even last an inning, allowed 1 hit, 2 walks, and he has an ERA of 4.50. So obviously Enriquez, who pitched absolutely great in Game 3 in that 18-inning game, did not have his stuff tonight, and I don't even believe he was able to record a single out in this, if I'm not mistaken. Anthony Banda comes in, pitches 1.1 innings, 2 hits allowed, 1 run, 8.952 batting average. And then Blake Treinen, someone who we haven't really seen a whole lot in this series, pitches a clean inning, no hits, no runs, no walks, but he has a 6.75 ERA. Pitch count strikes. Blake Snell threw 116 pitches, 69 of them were strikes. And Enriquez, 15 pitches, 4 of them were strikes. So as you can see there, he just couldn't find the strike zone. Banda, 20 pitches, 15 of them were strikes, 13 pitches for Treinen, and 9 of them were strikes. Batters faced. Snell, 28. Enriquez only faced 3 batters. Banda with 6 batters, and Treinen 3 batters. Ground ball to fly balls. Snell with 9 ground balls, 3 fly balls. Banda with 3 ground balls, 1 fly ball, and then Treinen just 3 ground balls. Wild pitches, 1 by Banda, 2 by Snell, and 1 by Enriquez. So 4 wild pitches in this game for the Dodgers. So there's the Game 5 recap. Now I want to bring up some stuff. Speaking of Game 5, let me just find it real quick. Where is it? Come on. All right. So yeah, as we said, 6-1 win for the Blue Jays. Amazing pitching performance by Trey Savage. Speaking of Trey, look at that pitching line as we just went over. 7 innings, 1 earned run, 3 hits, 12 strikeouts. And Trey Savage made some history the other in Game 5. He has become the first, or his 12 strikeouts is the most by a rookie in a World Series game, which is absolutely incredible considering he started in low A Dunedin back in April, pitching in front of like 300 something people, and then he was pitching in the World Series, and he manages to strike out 12 batters. Not to mention, he also, this is another record he set, he's the only pitcher to record 12 strikeouts in a World Series and 0 walks. The only pitcher, not just a rookie, but only pitcher, period. Amazing stuff from Trey Savage. And it wasn't the only amount of history that the Blue Jays had in this game. Speaking of history, Vladdy Guerrero Jr., who's been making history this entire postseason, added to that. He set a franchise record for all-time postseason home runs. He now has, I believe it's 8. But that's not all that Vladdy did. Vladdy also has a franchise record for hits in a postseason with, I believe it's now 26 after Game 5. Now, this next graphic I'm going to show you guys, this was prior to Game 5. So, but I wanted to bring this up. Blue Jays with 15 plus hits in the postseason through Game 4. Vladdy with 26. So I guess Vladdy is now up to 27. Ernie Clement is up to 25 now after Game 5. But he had 24 going into Game 5. Then you had Nathan Lucas with 17. Varsho with 16, which is now at 17. Addison Barger with 16, which is now 17. And then Alejandro Kirk with 15. So 6 Blue Jays with 15 or more hits throughout this postseason is absolutely insane and just shows you how good this Blue Jays lineup is. Now, moving into Game 6, obviously we know who the starter is tonight. It's Kevin Gausman. All Gauss, no breaks with it. Yeah, what I mean? So yeah, Kevin Gausman starting. He pitched a fantastic game in Game 2. Honestly, he deserved to win Game 2 just based off of his pitching performance in that one. So hopefully he can get it done, and we can end it here in 6, end it at home, and hopefully we can get to Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Obviously, he was a thorn in our side in Game 2 and really, stifled this Blue Jays lineup. But hey, we all saw in Game 4, Shohei Ohtani is human. We can get to him. And hopefully we can do the same to Yamamoto here in Game 6. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for our Toronto Blue Jays here tonight. Springer is back, baby. He's leading off at DH. Nathan Lucas in the 2 spot out in left field. Vladdy Guerrero Jr., first base. Bo Bichette in the cleanup at second. Dalton Varsho batting 5th. Kirk batting 6th. Barger batting 7th. Clement in the 8th spot, and then, of course, Andres Jimenez in the 9 spot at shortstop. That is your lineup for this Halloween edition of the live stream, Game 6 live stream. Once again, as I said at the top, happy Halloween, everybody. And actually, let's take a look at the Dodgers lineup because they made some tweaks and some changes to their Game 6 lineup. So the Dodgers, of course, Ohtani in the top spot at DH. Will Smith batting 2nd, which is normally where Mookie Betts is batting. But Mookie Betts has been moved down to the 4 hole because he's not been playing very well throughout this entire World Series. You got Freeman batting 3rd. Betts, as I mentioned, batting 4th. Teoscar batting 5th. Muncy batting 6th. And then you have Kike Hernandez batting 7th. Tommy Edman batting 8th. Who is now out in center field. Obviously, we saw them sit Andy Pages, who has not been that great at least batting-wise, during the World Series. So he is not even in the lineup. And they've moved Edman from second base out to center field. And Rojas will be coming in, will be starting at second. And, of course, you have Yamamoto pitching for the Dodgers here tonight. So things are looking pretty darn good for the Toronto Blue Jays going into this. Obviously, Game 2, Yamamoto absolutely carved us up. And I've always said, despite, and I said during my Game 2 live stream that Yamamoto scares the shit out of me. I'm not as scared as I was going into Game 2. And that's based off of what the Jays were able to do against Ohtani in Game 4. As I keep saying, every pitcher can have a bad outing. We all saw it with Trey in Game 1. He didn't have his best stuff in Game 1, and the Dodgers were able to get to him. But then, as you guys saw in Game 5, that was the Trey Savage that the New York Yankees saw in the ALDS. The Dodgers had not seen that version of Trey Savage. And just look at that. It was a complete 180 from Game 1. The same thing can happen to Yamamoto. He's human after all. Every pitcher can have an off night. And plus, the Jays have all this momentum. So, the Jays, knowing that they can clinch it here tonight at home, they're going to throw everything they have at Yamamoto. And I'm absolutely have so much confidence in this lineup that they can get it done against Yamamoto, despite them turning them into literal sushi in Game 2. So, but yeah, we're just a few minutes away from turning the stream, Blue Jays Central on. I'm going to read some comments for a little bit because I see I'm behind on some comments. So let's go ahead and check it out. Actually, scratch that. It's not comments. Never mind. So let's go ahead and fire Blue Jays Central up. There we go. Get it there. Just waiting for it. All right, they just finished with the Canadian national anthem. Michael, good to see you again, buddy. Thanks for joining us. We have 31 people in here right now. This is awesome. A loud Let's Go Blue Jays chant here at the Rogers Center. And the Rogers Center is looking packed tonight. And why wouldn't they be packed? Game 6, World Series. Jays have a chance to win their first World Series in 32 years. Let's frickin' go. I absolutely am excited for this game. Like I said, I believe during my Game 2 live stream, I was 2 years old the last time the Blue Jays won the World Series. So I've been waiting for this just as long as the Blue Jays have. 32 years. And yeah, I'm going to be on my toes in this game here tonight. Devon White throwing out the first pitch for the Toronto Blue Jays here tonight. Obviously, they had Cito Gaston in Game 1, and then they had Joe Cotta in Game 2. Tonight, we have Devon White. First pitch is over, the ceremonial first pitch, rather, is done. But yeah, for tonight, like I said already, they really need to get to Yamamoto early, much similar to what they did with Blake Snell. Not that I'm saying they need to hit one out of the park on the first pitch. I mean, that would be great. Absolutely. That'd be one heck of a start to the game. But what they need to do is get to Yamamoto early and get him off his game a little bit. Very similar to what they did to Blake Snell in Game 5, even though the man wouldn't even admit it and was saying it was luck. Yeah, that's a very good point from Jamie Campbell. 93, the Jays clinched it in Game 6. Here we are, Game 6, World Series 2025, and history could very well repeat itself. We talked about prior in our Game 2 live stream that history is on the Blue Jays side throughout this series. Teams that go to 7 games in the championship series and win have a higher chance of winning the World Series as opposed to the team that sweeps their championship series We've all known that. And yeah, teams that win game 5, 60%, like over 60%, go on to win the World Series as well. So we're getting set. Lots of signs in the crowd. One more win. Absolutely. One more win for the Jays. Dan Schulman, Buck Martinez, the two GOATs. Man, it's been great listening to these guys all October. Especially Buck. I absolutely love Buck Martinez. He's a legend. Of course, game 2, Gausman went 6 2/3, 4 hits, 3 earned runs, 6 strikeouts. Hopefully we see that Gausman again, and he's able to go pitch for pitch with Yamamoto once again. Yep. George Springer is back, baby. So happy about this. I was concerned for game 6 if Springer would be back or not. Yep. Games. First pitch coming up right after this. Just got a commercial right now. Yeah, she probably is a little bit. Probably not as nervous as I am. Obviously. So, I mean, I remember Game 7 ALCS. For the last few innings, at least, she came into the room and actually watched the rest of the game with me, and even she was, nerve-wracked and obviously, she got to witness me go full on, emotional mess for Game 7 of the ALCS. That is one reason why I don't want this series to go to a Game 7. Not only do I want to deal with that stress level of a Game 7, do or die, but I know I'm going to be an emotional mess that entire game. I'm going to be stressed out. Plus, I have my other channel, The Line Change, and the Canucks are playing that night as well. So I'd be pulling double duty, watching the Blue Jays game 7, and watching the Canucks game, or at least trying to, rather. So I'd rather not put myself in that situation. So that's why I hope the boys can do it here tonight, and I can get all the emotional stuff out here tonight and probably just relax tomorrow before the Canucks game tomorrow. Of course, guys, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button and smash that subscribe button if you like what you guys see. Obviously, really helps out the channel, and also it doesn't cost you anything. It's completely free to do. So go ahead and do that. And also, you guys can find us on social media, on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, at Inside J's Pod. I'll just quickly make a banner for it so you guys know. There you guys go. At Inside J's Pod. So go ahead, check us out. I'm fairly active on TikTok and all social media. In particular, TikTok, I'm always posting a bunch of stuff. So go ahead, check us out on there. All right, we got the opening video here. Narrated by Eugene Levy. Okay, this is awesome. Oh, this is so good. Oh man, this is that was amazing. That was amazing. That hits you right in the feels, man. Hey, look, it's me. Blue Jays running out onto the field. Let's go. I know I'm drinking a coffee at 5 o'clock p.m., at least my time. Guys, I'm not working tomorrow, so. Besides, on Halloween, can't go wrong with the pumpkin spice latte. Obviously, we went over the Dodgers lineup earlier. Ohtani, Smith, Freeman, Betts, Hernandez, Teo, Muncy, Kike, Edman, Rojas. Lots of boos for Shohei Ohtani. You're at the Rogers Center. Here we go. First pitch. Strike one on Shohei Ohtani. 0-2 on Ohtani. I'm going to do a little scoreboard here for you guys. Ball one. Ohtani wasn't chasing. 1-2 count. Come on, guys. Let's go. Didn't chase. 4 splitters in a row by Gosman. 2-2 count. You know, 2-2 pitch. Fouled off. Struck him out. Let's go. All right, Will Smith is up. Chopper to third. Foul ball. 0-1.
What's going on?
They're on the stream.
Oh, fucking hell.
That was my wife, for those of you guys who don't know. Swinging strike on Ohtani, yeah. Yeah, my wife is very camera shy. So 0-1 on Smith.
What's the score?
0-0. Game just started.
Last time the game just started, it was 1-0.
A loud "Let's go Blue Jays" chant here in the Rogers Center. 1-1 pitch. Strike two. On the splitter, baby. Gosman up to 9 pitches. So pitch count is looking okay. Crowd getting to their feet here. 1-2 pitch. Bounce it in. 2-2. Come on, guys. Lock it in, baby. Lock it in. Tucked foul. Strikes out Smith for the second out. Let me update this. Yeah. Back-to-back strikeouts for Gauze. Let's go. Oh, inside on Freeman. 1-0. What? Terrible throw. Terrible throw. Wild pitch. Oh, stop. My wife throwing chocolate at me. Mars bar and a Twix. I do like me some Twix bars, that's for sure. 1-1 on Freeman. Strike 2. Another splitter. Gossman is really locating that splitter. Strike 3. Struck him out. 3 up, 3 down for the Jays. What a start. Michael, trick or treat. Yeah. Yeah, what a top of the first. Way to set the tone by Gausman. 3 up, 3 down. You know that's going to fire up this Blue Jays offense. While we're in a commercial break, or actually throughout the commercial breaks, I'll let you guys know when they're on. If you guys have a question, feel free to ask. You know, it can be baseball related, hockey related. Doesn't have to, can be about me if you guys want. Feel free to go ahead and post it in the comments. Got 80 people in here right now. This is awesome. We're just under an hour into our live stream. Obviously, earlier today, we at the start of the stream, we did our Game 5 recap. Vladdy Jr. is on a 10-game hit streak with a 1.427 OPS and 5 home runs. Score prediction? That's a tricky one, but I'm going to go ahead and say 5-2 Blue Jays. That's my score prediction. There we go. First pitch to Springer. Strike 1 on Springer. Little inside. Strike 2 on Springer. 0-2. Big cut on Springer. Ball 1. 1-2 count. Fouled off. Inside, ball 1, or ball 2. Foul ball. Still 2-2. Yeah, Yamamoto already up to 6 pitches and only 1 batter. This is what the Blue Jays have to do. They have to run up Yamamoto's pitch count. Ground ball. Springer out by half a step. 1 out. Here's Nathan Lucas. Strike 1 on Lucas. Ground ball past third base into the outfield for a hit. Lucas on. Muncy just bobbled that. Muncy should have had that, but I have no love for Max Muncy. I don't know why. I just don't like him. But, oh yeah, he completely whiffed on that. And now here's Vladdy, baby. Rogers Center is getting loud again. Loud Vladdy chant. Inside, 1-1. Let's go Blue Jays chant. Come on, Vladdy. Ground ball. Double play to end the inning. 1 out, base hit for the Jays, though. All right, we're in a commercial break now. So, as I said already, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Baseball, hockey, non-sports related, go ahead and drop them in the comments. Got 93 people in here right now. It's awesome. Yeah, it definitely did. Definitely did. For sure. I absolutely agree, Michael. Yeah. Talking about Trey Savage and his Game 5 performance. There are no words. Here we go. Mookie Betts up to the plate. Grounded foul. 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Fouled off. Still 0-2. Up high. Ball 1. Fouled off. Still 1-2. Ground ball to third. 1 out. Strike 1 on Teoscar. There we go. Fouled off. 0-2. Man, I miss Teoscar. I was so crushed when they traded Teoscar Hernandez to the Mariners. I was so crushed. 0-2 on Hernandez. Struck him out swinging. Gosman's already up to 4 strikeouts, and we're only in the top of the second. Ball 1. 1-1. Strike 1. Strike 2. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Rogers Center getting to their feet now. Ball in the dirt, 2-2. Gausman at 29 pitches, 21 strikes. So Gausman's throwing strikes here, which you love to see. Fouled off, 2-2. Fouled off a fastball. Yo, 2-2 pitch. Inside, full count. There we go. 3-2 pitch. Struck him out swinging. Six up, 6 down, 5 strikeouts for Kevin Gausman. What a start so far. Like we said at the top, all Gauss, no breaks. All right, we're in a commercial break again. As I said before, feel free to ask any questions you want in the comments. $129 people in here. This is awesome. Thank you all for being here. They're showing a graphic when it clicked. On May 28th, the Blue Jays were 26 and 28. Now, since they are 78 and 46 since after May 28th. That is when the switch flipped for the Blue Jays. And they have not looked back since. Bo Bichette up to the plate. Strike one. Ball one. 1-1. Strike two. Just on the edge there. 1-2 count. Strikes out Bichette. Bichette kind of chased there. Yeah, I was out of the zone. That was a curveball out of the zone, and Bo chased it. Dalton Varsho now. Inside, 1-0. Come on, Varsh. Swung over the top, 1-1. That was a splitter from Yamamoto. Ball two. The exact same pitch, just was a little too low. Fouled off. 2-2. Oh, pop up. Caught by Betts. Out number 2. Yeah. Yamamoto's last 2 starts, 18 innings, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, and 15 strikeouts. Incredible. Curveball in there for a strike. Inside, ball 1. Fastball just missed the outside corner. 2-1. Outside, 3-1. Strike 2. Kirk asking for time. Two pitch. Flat out to center. Edmund with the catch, and that's the end of the bottom of the second. We're in a commercial again, so once again, feel free to ask any questions in the comments. We're seeing a bit of a repeat from game 2. Both pitchers on their game through the first 2 innings of this game. Obviously, let's hope it's not a complete repeat of Game 2 because we all know how that game ended. $145 people in here. Love it. We're about an hour and 12 minutes into this live stream. About to go into the top of the third inning. Still scoreless between the Blue Jays and the Dodgers. Game 6 of the World Series. Toronto wins this. They win the World Series. That is what a lot of us Toronto Blue Jays fans are hoping for. We're hoping for a World Series clinch here in Game 6 at home and avoid a Game 7 tomorrow. Dodgers, of course, have their season on the line, so they're not going to go down without a fight. Of course, Game 6 on Halloween. Someone dressed up as Michael Myers. The Lorax. Hey, there's Waldo. There you go. Top 3. Kike starting it off. Ball 1 to start. Strike 1 on Hernandez. 1-1. Gosman up to 34 pitches now. Strike 2. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Ball in the dirt. 2-2. Strike 3 called. So Gosman, 6 strikeouts here in the top of the third. There's a slider just on the outside corner. Yeah, Gosman has struck out 6 of the first 7 in this game. Edmund with the base hit, lined in to right. He's on his way to second with a double. Right over the head of Vladdy. So Edmund with a 1-out double. And now here's Rojas. Swing and a miss. Strike one in the dirt. Chase the pitch outside the zone. 0-1. In the dirt. Ball one. 1-1. One or two. Ooh, that almost hit him. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Ball two. Rojas didn't chase. The check swing. Strike three. Fastball at the knees. Got 7 strikeouts now for Gausman. Whoops. I almost put 7 outs. That's how excited I was for 7 strikeouts for Gauss. And we're only on the top of the third. And the Blue Jays just intentionally walked Ohtani. So runners on first and second. Now here's Will Smith. Outside, ball one. So the Blue Jays aren't taking any chances with Shohei Ohtani and a runner in scoring position. 1-0 pitch. Fair ball. 1 run scores. Splitter down and in, and Smith is able to get on it. Ohtani is at third, runner on second for Freddie Freeman. 0-1. Ball in the dirt. 1-1. Inside, 2-1. In the dirt, 3-1. All 4. Walked them. Bases are loaded now. And Kirk and Pete Walker are going to come out to the mound. There we go. In the dirt. 1-0. Strike 1. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1-2 now. Come on, guys. Let's go. Fouled away. 1-2 still. Gosman now at 54 pitches. Base hit by Betts. 2 more runs scores. Buck. Here's Teo. Foul ball. 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Chase the splitter. Well, I guess there goes my score prediction. And he strikes out Teoscar. So end of 3. Dodgers up 3-0. Gosman, though, 8 strikeouts through 3 innings. Jays offense needs to pick them up and get some runs on the board. We're in a commercial again, so once again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments, and I will do my utmost best to answer them. You have 182 people in here. You got Michael. Plenty of game left for the Jays to score. Absolutely. You know, personally, I do not think Yamamoto is invincible. You know, all it takes is one pitch, one swing of the bat, and the game could be changed. We just saw that here in the 3rd inning. That one at bat by Will Smith, just like that, changed. Same thing with Mookie Betts' single. Jays just need one of those, and I have plenty of faith in the Blue Jays to be able to do it. They've done it all season long. They've done it all postseason long. There's no quit in this team. As I said earlier, you know they are hell-bent on ending the World Series here tonight. Paul Molitor is in the house at Rogers Center. Here's Addison Barger. One and 0 on Barger. Sorry, strike 1, 1-1. Strike 2, 1-2. There we go. 1-2 pitch. Foul ball. Fair ball. Just inside the line. Barges into second on a double. Let's go. That bounced right off the that bounced off the wall. And here's Earn Dog. Here's that dog. Ernie Clement. 0-1. Yeah, Ernie with the 11-game hitting streak. Fouled off. 0-2. Swing and a miss. He strikes him out. Ball 1. 1-0 on Andres Jimenez. Ball 1 in the dirt. Or no, ball 2, sorry. 2-0. Come on, boys. Huge, a loud Let's Go Blue Jays chant echoing throughout the Rogers Center. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Ball 3, 3-1. Three-one pitch. Swing and a miss. On a splitter. 3-2. Springer on deck. Sharply hit to Rojas to second, but Jimenez out at first, but Barger moves to third. And here's Springer. Inside, ball 1. There you go. Ball 2, 2-0. Checked it. 3-0 now on Springer. There you go. 3-0 count on Springer. 2 outs. Runner on third. Come on, George. Come on, George. Line drive. Base hit. Barger's going to score. Springer with a single. Guys, we said it. Michael said it too. Just needed 1. There we go. There you go, Michael. That was a good suggestion. Michael, needed that runner in? Absolutely. Now here's Nathan Lucas. 0-1. Kike with the out. Inning is over, but George Springer gets the Jays on the board. Question for you guys. Does this look better for the score? Let me just... Do you guys like this better? Let me know in the comments if you guys like that better. Michael, that run makes a huge difference. Absolutely. Got 206 people in here. Love it. These Old Spice commercials are kind of ridiculous. For those of you that are watching it on Sportsnet Plus. On one on Muncie. Swing and a miss. Good to know, Michael. Yeah, I kind of like this one a lot more too, to be honest. I just wish I could do like the baseball diamond thing, but unfortunately I can't. Ground ball to Ernie. 1 out. Yep. Now, Jays need Gosman needs a 1-2-3 inning. Get the bats back up. Continue the momentum. There you go. Here's Kike. Popped up. Bo's got it. 2 outs. Gosman is up to 61 pitches here in the top of the 4th. But you know Gausman can go over 100 pitches, especially in Game 6 of the World Series. Here's Tommy Edman. Oh and 1. Ball. That was close. That could have gone either way on right there. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1-2. Low. Ball 2. Wouldn't chase. Two pitch. Fouled. Still 2-2. Here we go. 2-2. Popped up. Ernie's got it. 3 up, 3 down for Gausman. You love to see it. There you go. Once again, we're in a commercial right now. Feel free to ask any questions you would like in the comments. My call there, yeah. Nice, clean inning. That's exactly what the Jays needed. Now they need to keep the momentum going with the bats, get some runs. I will admit I'm a little concerned about Gausman's pitch count being over 60 pitches going into the bottom of the 4th, going into the 5th. But he's got 8 strikeouts, so Michael, do you live in Toronto? No, I do not. I live in Vancouver. So I'm on the West Coast. I mean, during this series, I wish I was living in Toronto. I'd absolutely try and go to one of these games or at least be downtown in Toronto. Hang the board on X. Liam Scales, enjoy it. Reposted the stream. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Here's Vladdy. 0-1. Strike on the corner. Yeah, they probably do. I mean, I haven't seen any pictures, but you would think, right? 1-1 on Vladdy. Inside pitch. There we go. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Another splitter from Yamamoto. Strike 3 on the corner. That was another splitter. Bo with a swing and a miss. Outside, ball 1. 1-1. Base hit by Bo. One out single. Now here's Varsho. Fouled off. 0-1. Ball 1. 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Bouncer to second. They get the double play. Four, 6-3. Double play. Man, they needed to get something there, but Dodgers able to turn the double play to quell the rally there. Once again, you guys know the drill. Commercial break. Feel free to ask me any questions while we wait for the commercials. There we go. $240 people here. Love to see it. Here's Miguel Rojas. Starts him off with the ball one. Fastball. Strike one. 1-1. Popped up. Bodgers got it for the first out. Boos for Ohtani. And it looks like the Jays are going to pitch to Ohtani this time. Fastball down the middle for strike one. Ball one. 1-1. Come on, guys. Strike two down at the bottom. 1-2. Crowd is getting to their feet here. One-two pitch. Outside, ball two. Down the line. Out of play. Foul ball. Come on, guys. In the dirt. Didn't chase. Full count. Fouled it off. Ohtani fouling it off himself. That looked like it got him in the foot. Nope. Fouled it off again. Still 3-2. There we go. 3-2 pitch. Grounded to first. Vladdy's got it. 2 away. So Otani retired. I certainly hope so, Dan. All right, here's Will Smith. Squeezed him a little bit there. I thought that should have been a strike, but 1-0 on Will Smith. Let's go Blue Jays, chant. Just low 2-0. Maybe Gosman is getting a little squeezed here. Smith, caught by Lucas to the end of the inning. 3 up, 3 down. But Gosman's now at 80 pitches. Yeah, very good point there, Michael. Yeah, Gosman could be getting tired. But like I said earlier, Gosman can throw over 100 pitches. I mean, come on. In Game 5, they let Trey throw over 100 pitches, and he has never done that before. Gosman's done that before, so you know he can handle it. Okay, the Jays really need to try and get things going here in the bottom of the 5th. Still plenty of time left in this game, but the earlier you can mount a rally, the better, obviously. Michael, you were asking about the CN Tower, whether or not it is lit up in blue. The dome of Rogers Center is lit up in blue. I can't really see the top of the CN Tower, but there is a red light along the middle. But yes, the dome is lit up in blue at the Rogers Center. For those of you watching the game, as you guys can see. I like that sign. Who are you going to call? Ghostbusters. Alejandro Kirk starting us off in the bottom of the 5th. Strike 1 on Kirk. 0-1. Right on the edge of the zone there. Kirk calling for time. Inside, ball one. Fouled off. 1-2. Everyone knows Kirk is a great two-strike hitter, so hopefully he can come up big here again for the Blue Jays. You know, fingers crossed. Fouled off again. There we go. 1-2 pitch. Outside. Ball two. Fouled off. Still 2-2. Kirk fouls it off again. 2-2 again. Kirk fouls it off again. Staying alive. Here we go. The 9th pitch of the at-bat. Oh, Kirk. Kirky, why'd you swing at that? That would have been ball 3. Pitch way inside, and Kirk whiffed on it. Almost hit him. Here's Barger. Ball 1 on Barger. Outside, 2-0. Attaboy, Barger. Oh, bullpen activity for the Jays. Louis Varlin has just gotten up. Strike 1. 2-1 on Barger. Outside, 3-1 on Barger. Come on, Bam Bam. Come on. That's a pitch go, strike 2. Will count. Timeout called by Barger. There you go. 3-2 pitch. Called third strike. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. That was not a strike. Yeah, that was not a fucking strike. Now here's Ernie Clement. Ground ball. And Betts bobbles it. Clement is on. So, attaboy, Earn Dog. That extends Clement's hitting streak. Menace with that drive to center, but and that ends the rally. Fuck. All right, we got something from Michael in the comments. Being from the U.S., I enjoyed seeing the CN Tower as a child when I visited. Yeah, absolutely. Last time I was in Toronto, which was 2021, I actually didn't go up to the top of the CN Tower, but I obviously was down on street level. Obviously, I looked up, seeing how big CN Tower is. My wife and I actually debated going to the top of the CN Tower. I actually have a fear of heights, so that may have contributed to me not actually going to the top. But also, we only had 3 days. We were only in Toronto for 3 days, and we were already going to 2 Blue Jays games. So we had, of course, spent quite a bit of money for that 3-day trip, and it just ended up being a little too expensive to go up to the top of the CN Tower, so we didn't get around to doing it. But definitely next time, either I'm in Toronto or she's in Toronto, we're probably going to definitely go to the top. And yeah. So, yeah. $260 people in here. Wow. Blue Jays jackpot over $11.5 million. And the winner will get a call from Joe Carter. And a little fact for you guys, Ernie Clement, after that base hit in the last inning, has tied the franchise record for longest hitting streak in a postseason at 12 games, tying him with Pat Borders, who set it in 1992. Yes, absolutely. Freeman popped out for the first out. Here's Mookie Betts. Strike one. Starts him off with the strike. 0-1. Mookie with a 2-run single his last at bat that cashed in a couple runs for the Dodgers. Outside, 1-1. One count. Foul tip. One, two count. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Jammed him up to second. Good play by Bo. 2 outs. Here's Teoscar. Strike 1 on Teoscar. 0-1. Ball 1 on Teoscar. 1-1. I was outside in the dirt. Gosman up to 90 pitches. Inside, got him to swing and miss. 1-2. Fans getting to their feet here. Outside, slider, 2-2. There you go, 2-2 pitch. Ground ball to short. Out. 3 up, 3 down for Gosman. Top of the order coming out for the Blue Jays in the bottom of the 6th. Still plenty of baseball left. Blue Jays need to get something going in the bottom of the 6th. Yeah. Got a good point there, Michael. Yeah, probably, you never know. I do work at the top of a mountain here in Vancouver, Grouse Mountain. So going up in the gondola doesn't bother me too much because obviously I'm encased in a gondola. So, but I do know CN Tower has the skywalk. That would probably be a little too overwhelming for me, especially looking down. So I probably wouldn't do the skywalk, but I'd still want to, see if there's like an observation deck or something. I think I'd be okay for that, but definitely not for the skywalk. I'd probably be shitting my pants if I tried to do the skywalk. Looks like Kevin Gausman is done after 6. So 3 hits, 3 runs for Gausman, but 8 strikeouts on the night. And here's Springer. Springer hit to shortstop, and then there's an out. Yeah, Gausman leaves having retired the last 10 straight Dodgers, so good start for Gausman. Obviously, you would have liked to have seen some more run support for Gausman. And obviously, that one blip was that 3rd inning where the Dodgers scored 3. Oh, man. Are you kidding me? Someone actually jumped onto the field. Come on, Toronto. You guys are better than this. No, that's not a fan. Although at the same time, perhaps this maybe messes with Yamamoto. Now here's Nathan Lucas. Starts him off with a ball in the dirt, 1-0. Throws him a curveball, 77 miles per hour for a strike. Ball. 2-1. Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. They need to string some hits together. Lucas with a swing and a miss, 2-2. They need to string like 3 or 4 hits together. That might maybe get to Yamamoto. But he's just so good at mixing up his pitches. Ball in the dirt, full count. I mean, the Jays are doing a great job of working the count against Yamamoto here. Popped up, fly ball. Edmonds there for out number 2. Now here's Vladdy, who's 0 for 2. Called out on strikes in his last at bat. Inside, but called a strike. 0-1. Outside, ball 1. Vladdy hooks it. Past Kike. Vladdy's on his way to second with a double. Let's go, Vladdy. Vamos. Let's go. Vladdy got a curveball and he's able to muscle it into the outfield for a double. This is oh. This is it right here, guys. Blue Jays need to take advantage of this. Keep the momentum going. As Vladdy always says, vamos. Keep it rolling. It's exactly what Michael was talking about. And here's Bo. A single, his last at bat. There we go. Strike one on the edge, outside corner there. 0-1. Up high, Bowen. Come on, Bo. Up high, ball 2. Come on, Bo. Fouled off. 2-2. Wow. Dodgers are on the phone for the bullpen. They might get somebody up. Yamamoto at 89 pitches. There we go. 2-2 pitch. Come on, Bo. Up high, 3-2. Full count. Blue Jays continue to work the count against Yamamoto. Robleski is up in the Dodgers bullpen. Three, 2. Fouled off. Whew. 280 people in here. Let's go. Come on, Bo. Step off by Yamamoto. Booze right. Booze raining down on Yamamoto. There we go. 3-2. In, up and in. Ball 4. 2 men on now. Runners at second and first. And here comes Varsho. Lots of our show chants. Fouled off. 0-1. Blue Jays need to capitalize on this here. In the dirt. Ball 1. Foul. 1-2. Strikes him out. Fuck. Uh, yeah. Like a wasted opportunity there. But I'm trying to stay as positive as I absolutely can. Because we all know, at least if you're a Blue Jays fan, we all know Blue Jays and their bottom of the 7th heroics in the postseason. So, Laurie Varland on the mound now. His 14th postseason appearance for Louis Varland. He ties a MLB record. Ball 1 on Muncie. Strike one. 101. Out number one. Yeah. We were talking about that. I was mentioning that a little bit earlier. 0-1 on Kike. Fouled off. 0-2. Mason Fluharty warming up in the bullpen. Let's go Blue Jays chance at the Raj. Oh, come on. 1-2. Thought that hit. Check swing. Didn't go. 2-2. Two pitch. Ball. Low. 3-2. Walk. Come on, Varland. Grounded. Foul. Three-two pitch. Strike 3. Right down the middle. Here is Edmund. 1-0. Ball 2. Swing and a miss. 2-1. Strike 2. 2-2. Two pitch. Ball 3. Just outside. In the air. Varsho's got it. That's the inning. Seventh inning stretch. Let's go, boys. Got to get something here. Whew. It's a lot like game 2. But obviously, I would say this game's, got a little bit more pressure than game 2. Obviously, game 6, Jays have a chance to clinch the World Series here tonight. Ugh. Wow, Yamamoto is out. Yamamoto is out of the ball game. Okay. Okay, this is huge for the Blue Jays. Yamamoto out of the game. Dodgers are going to their bullpen. Perhaps this is going to work in the Blue Jays' favor. Dodgers bullpen is at a 4.56 ERA in this postseason. Yep. Yamamoto was up to 96 pitches when the Dodgers decided to take him out. Obviously, he went 105 pitches in game 2, but he also pitched a complete game that day. So Yamamoto is out. Here we go. Here's Kirk. Ball 1 on Kirk. One on one. Kirk fouls it off. 1-2. Robleski strikes out Kirk. Jeez. Another soft swing by Kirk. Captain Kirk, what are you doing, man? Half swing there. Fuck. Here's Barger. 0-1. Ground ball. Just barely gets him. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Just barely got him. And now here's Ernie Clement. Earn dog. Outside, ball 1. Ernie with a drive. Ernie into second with a double. Ernie fucking Clement, baby. He's got that dog. And I don't know if you guys can hear, but there's fireworks going out just outside here. There we go. Ernie. Roki Sasaki is warming up in the bullpen. Swing and a miss, strike one. No, Michael says we do hear the fireworks. Okay. Yeah. Fouls it off 0-2. Jeff Hoffman warming up in the Blue Jays, possibly. No. 0-2 on Jimenez. Fouls it off. Ball one. 1-2. Fouled off. 1-2. Ball two. 2-2. Up to 290 people in here. Let's go. Game 6 of the World Series. Blue Jays Dodgers. Bottom of the 7th. 2-2 pitch. Fouled off. 2 outs. Blue Jays have a good opportunity here. Yamamoto is out of the game. Come on, Andres. Strikes him out. Fuck! Another wasted opportunity there. See, now I really look like David Schneider. Yeah. Dodgers will be sending 9-1-2 to the plate Ohtani being the number 1 hitter, he will come to the plate second. And it looks like it's going to be Louis Varland again, perhaps. Hit in the air, fly ball. Barger's got it. Quick first out. So, Varland's coming out, and they're bringing in Mason Fluharty to face Shohei Ohtani. $301 people here. Looks like we got some trick-or-treaters just outside there. I'm not sure if you guys heard, but quite the experience. Game 6 of the World Series, Halloween. You can hear some trick-or-treaters outside. This is awesome. Oof. Good. I'm going to have myself a Twix bar. Question for everybody. Tomorrow, are any of you going to whip on down to the grocery store and get half off Halloween candy? Let me know in the comment section if that's what you plan on doing. It's probably definitely something I might end up doing. That's something I've done in the past. I've gone down to the grocery store and gotten half off, half price candy from Halloween. There we go. 1-1 on Ohtani. Do not even bring up Brendan Little's name. Please, just don't. There you go, 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 1-2 on Ohtani. Here we go, 1-2 pitch. Outside. Down and away, 2-2. He's trying to get Ohtani to chase. Two pitch. Popped up in the air. And that's going to get down. So Ohtani's on second with the double. Yeah. That was down and down. John Schneider just intentionally walked Will Smith, so runners on second and first. So they're going to pitch to Freeman. Try and go for the lefty on lefty matchup against Fluharty and Freeman. Up high, ball one. Swing and a miss. Strike one. 1-1. Popped up. Ohtani not going. Because Barger's got one hell of an arm on him. Ohtani choosing not to test Barger's arm. Sir Anthony Dominguez warming up in the bullpen. Fluharty's leaving the mound, and they're bringing in Sir Anthony Dominguez. That was a pretty funny commercial, a BMO commercial. All right, here we go. Here we go. Mookie Betts coming up the plate. Here we go. Starts him off with a sweeper, strike one. Outside, 1-1. Blue Jays top the order, coming to the plate in the bottom of the 8th. Springer, Lucas, and Guerrero. Fouled off, 1-2. There we go. 1-2 pitch. In the dirt, 2-2. Did not go full count. High ball 4. Fuck. Bases loaded for Teoscar Hernandez. Swing and a miss. Strike one. In the dirt, 1-1. Inside. 1-2. Another half swing by Teoscar. There you go. 1-2 pitch, 2 outs, bases loaded. Crowd getting to their feet here. Come on, let's go. Come on, Dominguez. Swing and miss. He got him. Strikes him out to end the inning. We're going to the bottom of the 8th. Top of the order coming to the plate for the Blue Jays. Jays still only down by 2 runs. Here we go. Jays need a big inning here. Jays are out hitting the Dodgers 6-4. But obviously on 4 of those hits, the Dodgers were able to get 3 runs. And here's Roki Sasaki. In there. Oh, ball. Excuse me. 1-0. Teoscar Hernandez out of the game for Andy Pajes, who's in right now. 1-0. Up high, inside. 2-0. Fuck, man, people really like to throw it high and inside the Springer. Called strike? Are you fucking kidding me? 2-1. In the same spot. Two and two. 2-2. Fair ball. Gets past Freeman. Springer with a little. Outside 1-0 on Lucas. You can. Rogers Center has gotten loud, folks. Loud, let's go Blue Jays chant. 1-1 on Lucas. Fans, that single by Springer has gotten the Rogers Center fired up. Outside 2-1. Man, this crowd is amazing. Ball 3-1. Crowd just keeps getting louder and louder and louder. He takes one. Full count. Edmonds there for the first out. Now here's Vladdy. This is huge for Vladdy. Inside corner. 0-1. Come on, Vladdy. Down low, ball 1. Jeff Hoffman and Chris Bassett are both warming up in the Blue Jays bullpen. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Ball. Ooh. Yeah, that could have been called a strike. 2-2. Vladdy fouls it off. Still 2-2. Here we go. Inside. Full count. Bo Bichette on deck. Ball 4. Vladdy walks. 2 runners on, and Bo Bichette is coming to the plate. Tying run on first. The go-ahead run at home. Dodgers are sending out their pitching coach. You got 330 people in here right now. I love that. I love that from Vladdy. He is such a leader. Here we go. Ball 1. Bounce in the dirt. A loud "Let's Go Blue Jays" chant thundering throughout the Rogers Center. Big swing and a miss from Bichette, 1-1. Fastball from Sasaki. Popped up. Betts has it. Fuck. Damn it. There's Varsho. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Outside, 1-1. Ball in the dirt, 2-1. Jack Dreyer warming up in the Dodgers bullpen. Hit right to second base. Fuck! Going to the top of the 9th. All right, well, while we are at a commercial, I will be right back. Just give me 1 sec here, guys. Here we go. Chris Bassett is now on the mound for the Blue Jays. There you go. First pitch, strike 1 on Muncy. Whoops. There we go. Oh, and 2 on Muncy. Fouled off. I like this one. Well, we'll stick with this one. All right, 0-2 on Muncy. Ball 1. Down low. So it's just been confirmed. If there is a Game 7 tomorrow, it's going to be Max Scherzer starting. Swing and a miss. He strikes him out. And here's Kike Hernandez. Outside, ball 1. Fouled off, 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1 and 2. Swing and a miss. Bassett strikes him out. 2 outs. There we go. Tommy Edman now coming up to the plate. Foul ball. 0-1. Pulled foul. 0-2. Outside. Ball 1. There we go. 1-2 pitch. Back up to Jimenez. 3 up, 3 down for the Jays. We're going to the bottom of the 9th. $355 people in here for the bottom of the 9th. Game 6 of the World Series. Everybody on their feet. Is that a sign that says hungover? Hungover tomorrow, let's go? Justin Dean in as a defensive replacement and center field replacing Tommy Edman. And here's Alejandro Kirk. Captain Kirk. Here we go. Starts him off with a strike. Fastball, 0-1. Fouled off, 0-2. It's activity in the Dodgers bullpen. Tyler Glasnow is warming up in the bullpen. That hit him. That hit. Oh. So Kirk is on first. Hit by pitch. Miles Straw coming on to pinch run for Alejandro Kirk. Barger the tying run at the plate. Fouled off. Huge cut by Barger. Outside, 1-1. Foul ball. No one can get to it. 1-2 on Barger. Rogers Center is loud. Outside, 2-2. Line drive. Base hit. He should go grab it. Why didn't he go grab it? Fuck. Dave Roberts is taking out Roki Sasaki. He's bringing in Glasnow. This is interesting, guys. Guys, this is interesting. Wow. Bam, bam. Addison Barger, man. Jeez. And guys, it's still none out. There's Eugene Levy. Eugene Levy in the crowd at the Rogers Center. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. They are going crazy. I'm, like, shaking right now, guys. Popped up. Fuck. Now here's Andres Jimenez now. Ball one. Bit caught. Damn it. What? What? No fucking way it ends like that. He's safe. He's safe. Fuck. Gotta be fucking kidding me. Oh. Fuck. Fuck. I have no words for that. Oh, man. No, I am speechless. For the game to end like that, like, fuck. Man. But we got one more game. Game 7 tomorrow. Gonna be a busy night and day of streaming for me tomorrow. So there's that. I don't know if you guys can hear, but more fireworks going off. There you go. Final score 3-1. Dodgers over the Blue Jays. So yeah, game 7 tomorrow, and oh, man, that is so deflating for the game to end on something like that when the Blue Jays had momentum and Springer was on deck, and then fuck, if only that ball had gotten down sooner and Jimenez had gotten a hit. But I guess the baseball gods wanted a game 7. They wanted to do or die tomorrow, November 1st. I'll be streaming again tomorrow starting at 4:30. So not 3:30, but 4:30, 30 minutes before the game. We'll do a quick recap of game 6 tomorrow. Thanks for joining me. We got 384 people in here. Another close game between the Dodgers and the Jays. Final score 3-1. Obviously, that third inning for the Dodgers, helped, even though, as we said already, Blue Jays out-hit the Dodgers here tonight. Dodgers only had 4 hits, but they were able to get 3 runs on those 4 hits, and that was enough. And Yamamoto pitched another great game tonight, even though he got lifted early, and we all thought that may have been a chance for the Jays. But it wasn't to be, and like I said, looked like the baseball gods want a Game 7 definitive finale for the World Series, and that is tomorrow. Hope to see you guys there. Thank you for joining. Big thank you to Michael for coming out. I know he was there for Game 2 of my live stream. Michael is a Mets fan, and it's just great to see people who aren't necessarily Blue Jays fans just coming to watch baseball with me. I really appreciate it, Michael. Hope to see you again tomorrow night. And as always, if you guys liked this stream, like this video, be sure to hit that like button, comment, subscribe, turn on your notifications, smash that subscribe button to stay up to date on all your Toronto Blue Jays content. Once again, it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. And as I said earlier, find us on on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok. We were live streaming on X as well as Instagram for the first time at Inside J's Pod. Thanks for showing up. Happy Halloween, everybody. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Once again, thanks for tuning in. Game 7 tomorrow. Do or die. Hopefully the Jays can get it. And guys, Jays, we still want it all. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Let's go Jays. And I want to do this as I did this for a friend, and I just think this is funny. Signing off. Yes, Savage.